Hey, I hope everybody's been doing fantastic out there, getting fitter day in and day out. Today we're talking about 7 benefits of eggshell membrane. I know a lot of you probably haven't heard of it, but fermented eggshell membrane is just fantastic for the 40 plus athlete. And I'm going to go through 7 reasons why it's really becoming one of my favorite things to help with keeping us more youthful. So the first thing is its anti-inflammatory benefits. An eggshell membrane basically has been shown to reduce the expression of particular pro-inflammatory cytokines like interleukin-1 beta and tissue necrosis factor alpha, while increasing the expression of an anti-inflammatory cytokine or factor known as interleukin-10. So this can be particularly beneficial for aging athletes, as inflammation is often associated with more sports injuries and arthritis symptoms, and just general inability to recover efficiently. So if we can change, or we can support, the more youthful response to these cytokines, we can get back on the field, we can stay on the field. The next thing is just improves in flexibility. So there was a study involving individuals suffering with arthritic knee pain, and utilizing eggshell membrane demonstrated a significant reduction in the pain, in the stiffness, when these people were supplementing with eggshell membrane. And the improvements were rapid. There was a 24% reduction in stiffness and a 22% decrease in just general pain, of those knees within 7 days. And over 50% reduction after 90 days, so after 3 months. That's pretty stinking awesome, right? So as you age, you may have noticed, especially if you're active, that man, these joints, these shoulders, the back, the knees, the hips, they just get stiff and feel like they're a lot tighter. Even when you're being, consistent with your mobility routine and all that. So, something to consider is utilizing eggshell membrane to help decrease that overall stiffness tension that may be building up in your body. And number 3 is just an overall enhanced exercise recovery response from eggshell membrane supplementation. So there is research done in postmenopausal women that revealed those taking eggshell membrane experience a more rapid recovery from their exercise, as far as pain scales, and showing a more positive result overall in pain and discomfort from exercise in just 1 week. And this suggests that eggshell membrane may actually contribute to quicker overall recovery in athletes. Now, this is done in just postmenopausal women. So you say, it's just postmenopausal women. But I would say if it's helping a postmenopausal woman whose overall hormone output is much, much lower. Normally estrogen is like going up to 300. Now, unless they're taking bioidentical hormones, their estrogen is only going up to like maybe 40 max, or probably more around like 15. So if you have something that's within a week showing decreased pain scales from working out and enabling more rapid recovery in this woman, in this type of human, then for the guy it should help out even more. And generally for anybody that's not postmenopausal, ladies, I would expect an even bigger benefit. Along with that, eggshell membrane has been shown to boost the production of glycosaminoglycans, or GAGs, such as chondroitin sulfate, which is a more commonly known GAG, and a lot of supplements have chondroitin sulfate in it. And these are really important components of cartilage, which cartilage basically provides the resistance to compression within all of our joints, and they are essential, these GAGs, to work as a natural lubricant to reduce that friction, basically act as a shock absorber for our joints. And the requirement and the need for lubrication and shock absorption capacity, it just keeps going up as we exercise more. And if we want to maintain our mobility, we want more shock absorption, more of this fluid to absorb all the inputs come into our musculoskeletal system. And like I mentioned earlier, one of the things us 40 plus athletes really would like to maintain, or potentially even improve, is our capacity to recover from exercise and maintain mobility, with each passing decade of life. So by supporting the GAGs, the glycosaminoglycan production, eggshell membrane may actually aid in the repair of cartilage damage that can occur during intense bouts of physical activity. So we can get back to it again instead of having to take long breaks between these big endeavors. All right, the next one, number 4, is just general joint health and cartilage support from eggshell membranes. So eggshell membrane is a rich source of collagen, and I'll go through some of the types of collagen it has, as well as glucosamine, chondroitin, and hyaluronic acid and calcium. So these components of eggshell membrane, they are essential for joint health and have been extensively studied for their potential effects on arthritis. And arthritis is the type of joint pain or arthritic change that is related to aging and often lifestyle as well, as opposed to like rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune condition of the body. So that overuse injury associated with osteoarthritis is usually the type of injury, the type of arthritic problem that those of us who want to stay really, really active run into, and ends up slowing us down. So using something like eggshell membrane, seeing benefits there, seeing that benefit to the production of the chondroitin sulfates, utilizing the glucosamine sulfate that's in eggshell membrane, the collagen that's there, the hyaluronic acid that's there, like all the components we think about that synergize to enable optimal joint structure, optimal joint regeneration. Amazing enough, they're all in that eggshell membrane. That white lining, between the shell and the inner yolk and egg white. So the production of type 2 collagen and glycosaminoglycans via eggshell membrane is boosted, and this provides support for the cartilage and for the overall joint integrity. And eggshell membrane, it supports the body's production of type 2 collagen, which is a key component to our cartilage. I mean, it is the component when it comes to our cartilage. So this collagen type is especially important for the smooth functioning of weight-bearing joints, like your knees, your ankles, your hips, your back. And by enhancing collagen production, eggshell membrane could actually contribute to joint health, to joint recovery, and just like I said before, it makes life just a little bit easier for us who want to stay super active, don't want to throw in the towel yet, want to stay on the field. All right, number 5, eggshell membrane can help reduce inflammatory cytokines. I kind of mentioned this briefly at the beginning, but studies have demonstrated a reduction in these inflammatory cytokines with the use of eggshell membrane. So many people, I see patients all the time, just pumping ibuprofen, pumping Tylenol, and all the other NSAIDs to just keep themselves on the field, to keep themselves in the gym. It's like, no, there's no way I could go to the gym, but if I pop an ibuprofen, I can go to the gym. And this process of pumping these NSAIDs, it's destroying the gut, it's affecting the liver, affecting the kidney function, leading to higher blood pressure, and it does not allow joint repair, because you're shutting down both the potential negative inflammatory cascade, but as well as the building inflammatory cascade. So, just today, I saw a patient in his late 40s and another one in their mid 60s who was taking Motrin and Tylenol every single day for joint discomfort. And interestingly, both of them were experiencing significant digestive issues, which is why they showed up at the office, all these digestive problems. And the deal is, it's probably not the food they're eating, it's probably the fact that they've been pumping these NSAIDs and Tylenol over and over again. So instead of covering up symptoms and just putting this Band-Aid on it, let's work to cure. We end up basically creating a bigger, more deeper challenge for our body to overcome by pumping these anti-inflammatory medications all the time. And that's why this is so exciting to see these studies showing a decrease in inflammatory markers and cytokines, with also increasing actual mobility and flexibility of these joints via a simple thing such as eggshell membrane supplementation. All right, number 6. Hope you're getting the feeling of how cool this stuff is. It can help with muscle aging. Eggshell membrane can help with muscle aging and function. So there's been studies showing that eggshell membrane has promising results in reducing markers of aging in the actual muscle tissue itself. And in studies in mice specifically, the membrane not only improved muscle structure, but also enhanced actual grip strength. So taking it in, by making the connective tissue make sure it's stronger, grip strength went up. So for Asian athletes, this is suggested to be potentially really beneficial in mitigating, some of the muscle loss, the sarcopenia that's associated with aging. And eggshell membrane is also high value for bone strength. Given its high concentration of type 10 collagen, and considering over 44 million Americans have low bone mineral density, type 10 collagen or X collagen plays a role in this mineralization process of the bone tissue, and that could contribute to the formation and the maintenance of a strong bone matrix. Strong bone matrix is literally denser, more capable bone tissue, and that makes everything in our body that much stronger and just more vital. All right, number 7, the final one, is it is a nutrient-rich source, just a natural nutrient-rich source. Eggshell membrane, like I mentioned earlier, a couple of these, is that it is a natural source of type 1, type 5, and type 10 collagen, very high levels. It also has hyaluronic acid, it has the elastin, it has chondroitin sulfate, has glucosamine, it has keratin. This is kind of why basically not only is it helpful for the aging athlete related to joints and connective tissue and cartilage and all that, but it's also amazing for the skin and nails and hair. So it really is going to take over. It's so amazing what eggshell membrane can do. And the first studies really were done in just 2009. So it's like this stuff is just barely a decade old in gaining a true understanding of just the amazingness of these eggshell membranes. On that front, it is especially high in a concentration of type 1 collagen, which, guess what? That is the most abundant type of collagen in the entire human body. It's like God knew what he was doing by sticking this little membrane in there, and then down the road he figured out, oh my goodness, let's put this to use. So these nutrients are essential for maintaining joint health. These peptides are supporting cartilage, aiding in muscle recovery, and it really is the synergism of the ligaments, the tendons, the cartilage, and the bone structure support. These nutrients coming together in a concentrated, super bioavailable form, especially when we're talking about fermented eggshell membrane, which makes that eggshell membrane that much more bioavailable, that much more easily assimilatable by the human body. And that's what the 40+ athlete needs. So it also is crazy, but it only takes like 500 milligrams daily to see results. Virtually all these studies, that's what they found. Man, 500 milligrams is all people need to move that dial in a positive direction when it comes to joint health and comes to even skin health and just the overall slowing aging or reversing of aging in a lot of these tissues that have been overused and abused. But people want to still use their bodies like I do. So check it out. If you have any questions about eggshell membrane, if you utilized it previously, let me know. I think you'll find that fermented eggshell membrane is quite fantastic and very innovative. Be sure to get on the email list. If you aren't subscribed, you can subscribe below, because we're going to be putting out crazy, amazing performance content. And we're just getting started here. So I'm Dr. Matt. Hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys and gals later.